So, today's video, we're watching a Masters 5 support on PC. Okay, we got Masters playing Juno and Kiriko on King's Row. And they say, all right. So, I've recently started playing regular comp again after spending most of this season grinding Stadium and ended up playing enough games to reach Masters 5 for the second time. This isn't that rank up game though. This is one of the harder matches I played on the day that I climbed up. It was just one of those games where everyone in the lobby was kind of playing out of their minds. Their Ram was oppressive. Their Ana was oppressive. Their Ashe was oppressive. The game went on so long and got so intense that for the last round, I ended up on Kiriko, who I'm still pretty uncomfortable on and only really playing dire situations. I'd love any nitpicky feedback. Everybody played so well, I started really thinking through the details of my plays, like if I ulted too early and let the enemy team get a free kite away from us. I have a pretty heal-heavy playstyle too, so sometimes I wonder if I'm falling behind the other supports in terms of offensive pressure. Love the YouTube videos. Thanks for making fun stuff. Let's see what happens. We'll go from there and we'll see what we can find. All right, obviously you're on Juno, where, you know, you said you definitely want to find a good balance between healing and damage, but you should be fine either way. Like, I don't think it's, like, necessary. It does help, though. But we'll see how it goes. Positioning's fine for now. That was very nice of your Mercy to walk into the... Okay. Taking a wide angle here. So far, everything's fine. Extra, you don't even have time to do extra damage right now anyway, because when your tank is taking a lot of damage, like... When your tank takes a lot of damage, sometimes it can be really difficult to keep the, to actually go into the DPS mode, because, and I'll pause for a second already. I'm told I need to damage a support, etc., but like, if your tank is just going up there and taking 8,000 damage, especially when you're playing a hero like Juno, who takes some time to catch back up on heals, a lot of the time, like, you can't play that playstyle. And that's why I always say, yes, is it good to put some damage out of support? Absolutely, right? Anytime you can, that's good. But if your tank is taking 100 damage at all times, you can't just be like, oh, well, I gotta do some damage. Like, if your tank's taking a lot of damage, sometimes you just gotta sit there and keep healing your tank. You haven't even had too much opportunity to do damage outside of that one moment we just saw right there. It's like, now you can do a little bit of poke damage, right? If you wanted to, like, go take a little bit of a wider angle, start to, do a little bit of pre-damage. The reason why it becomes important in these team fights, and I'll show you right now. You look at the tank HP, like, I don't need to do any damage. It's not going to make much sense, right? But when you're in the neutral and your tank was fine in HP, throwing some extra damage onto the Ramatra actually could be a make or break for your Sigma. Getting rid of that armor on Ramatra, right? Making that Ramatra have to play defensive. A couple shots by you, it can go a long way when the rest of your team's doing a lot of damage. So that's a time where you can find more damage and still be more of that heal bot style that you seem to like. That's what you had mentioned, you like that style. Don't feel like you have to force damage. Just look for opportunity, even when it's like a safe spot to do it. And that felt like it was a safe spot. Maybe take a little bit of a stronger angle like this, start shooting this angle at the Ramatra. Ramatra's now at less than almost to 50% HP. And then your Sigma has a much better opportunity, getting damage boosted by the Mercy, and it can have a good chain effect of how that goes. So, anyway, I just wanted to showcase where damage could have been good there. Like right now, you would start shooting the Ramatra a little bit. Yes. Yeah. Play the angle, but shoot the Ramatra. Maybe even pop shot the Ana top left. Things like that. Now you have to go back to heals, right? Like, you can't put that pop damage out because you need to make sure that your Sigma stays alive. Now you definitely need to make sure your Sigma stays alive. Easier said than done. You're going to reload now. Unlucky reload time. You could argue you reload prior to that, but wow. That Ramatra got to you quick. That was a lot quicker than I thought. Holy crap. They were right in front of you. But yeah, so far, this is kind of like a normal King's Row. Backlines being traded on. This is more common as you climb. Like you said, you get into Masters. Backline trades become way more frequent, in my opinion. I want to showcase this very quickly. This is a good time to pause. This part, you don't need to do. And I can tell you right now, I've tried this, whether it's in Stadium or in Ranked, this usually sends me back to spawn. What's happening here is you're leading the charge, right? On paper, this play looks great. You're like, holy crap, we're going to lead in and do some damage, right? But I want you to look at it from this point of view. Does that look as good as it does now? Does your position look solid? If you were on the other team, you'd go, wow. This is a free kill for me. So when you're doing these retake situations, I really want you to think about, am I in front of my tank and what does it look like for the other team? I've done this countless times where I'll lead the charge trying to go to the point. The problem is this. You're in the open, so now when you watch, you're look at you. You're right in front of everybody. you fall over. Why? Because you end up falling on the Ramatra Vortex, and then they did free damage to you. Next time, let your Sigma do a little bit more of the work there, and then as your team gets pushed up, you can make those solid adjustments. And I think that is what you need to like focus on in that situation rather than how you played that, at least in my opinion. Good res by your Mercy. I don't know what that Hanzo's doing right there. Did not notice anybody in your team. Honestly, that's just a good nano. I don't even know what to say. Besides, that was a good nano. And yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. Good nano. Holy crap. Just reset there. Yeah, you can't do anything. That was a great play by their Ana. Their Ana nano and the Hanzo actually probably saves them saves them that first point or gives them that snowball opportunity. Obviously, when you know you're in a team fight loss there, don't be afraid to just reset quickly. So yeah, that could be helpful too. Okay, getting your heals on. There you go. Watching your positioning, you're playing angles. This is totally good. The reason why this is fine, Chad, is because the left side is not going to be, you can't see. So you're pretty much free heals unless they push past that, which they're not going to push past that right now. At least in my opinion, they're not going to. Yep. Don't even have to ult here, so don't waste your ult. Still don't have to ult yet. Make sure to look back behind just to make sure your teammates are fine, but you're still good for now. Yep, you're good. Good retake by your team. Your teammates need a ping bottom left. I don't mind this combo ult. The reason why you counter this ult is because obviously they use theirs. But I want you to think, okay, so a little bit of a problem you ran into here. And it's funny because we just kind of told you about being too aggressive in a situation. If you're going to ult forward with your ultimate, you need your team and you to push in to your ult. Because think about this. If they're running a Juno ultimate from this corner and the Juno ultimate is traveling this way, it's going towards you. If you back away, you're now losing all the value of your Juno ultimate, giving them free reign to do damage to you, and you're missing out on all the healing and extra increased damage you get from that said Juno ultimate. So next time, you and your Sigma need to push in with that ultimate to match what they're doing. Is it going to be like an absolute boxing match on the point? Probably. But your chances of winning the team fight greatly increase if you go this way rather than back away from your Juno ultimate. Obviously, if your idea was, okay, we need to disengage, you could quickly do a turnaround and have your Juno ultimate go this way, so as you disengage. I don't suggest that play. It is an option rather than pop your ultimate to save one person in front of you while they pop theirs or you to counter, and then you end up wasting your ultimate. And I think that's the problem you're going to run into at that point, is you straight up just wasted your ultimate. So, yep. That's what I'm seeing, at least there. Anyway, lose the point, you regroup, and you go again. Sigma's a little bit out of position, but you're doing the right job just talking to them. Again, don't remember, don't forget that, you don't need to force damage if your teammates are low. So you healing your Sigma there was the correct play. Now's where you do some damage. Right now's where you do damage. Sigma's fine. Now you look for a little bit of damage output. Right, this is the opportunity sometimes where you might be missing out on a little bit there. I think this is an opportunity where you look for that. Watching in, playing angles. Sigma's playing up a little bit. That's totally fine, though. Right-clicking your teammates. This is where you need to get out of there. Just get out of there. Get out. Get out. Back away. Back away completely. Don't give them any opportunity to run to you. Okay, good job. Good heals. Now remember, be careful of being too aggro here. Your team technically has the advantage because they lost the tank even though you're down in numbers. Okay? So, you don't want to overfeed this. You want to just maintain. Your Sigma's being a bit too aggro, so good speed ring there. That was a good recognition of, hey, get out of there. Otherwise, we're going to fall over. This is a totally fine ultimate. I'm okay with you being aggressive with it because you're using your ultimate to be aggro. This is different than going to the point, flying in a straight line at them, right? That ultimate was fine. And the reason why that ultimate's fine for people wondering, you're like, oh, you didn't get any kills? Sometimes you just need to ult to back them up. Sometimes you need to ult to go for those opportunities and make plays. You're not going to get team wipes every single time. Map control sometimes, space creation, is a big part of Overwatch. It gets really underrated. All right? Teammates just took a lot of damage there. Backing away is the correct play. They're off cart, so you have a retake now. Because they're off cart, you should be able to touch the point one more time. Your Sigma's already spawned up. You have a Tracer. Everything should be, do not go out here and just feed. You don't need to feed. Okay, we're going to talk about this retake situation right now. You ready? You have a Tracer. Tracer can tap point for a while. The point isn't quite there yet. You don't need to worry about going to the point. What you need to do is you need to play safe to play like an angle like this, right? You're still going to be able to see your Sigma. You're still going to be able to go for heals. But the problem is you're trying to force damage. Now, you did say that you just kind of came back from playing a lot of like Stadium. So you might be in that mindset of going for a lot of like extra torpedoes. I get it. The torpedo build in Stadium is amazing, but you got to be kind of pick and choose those torpedoes sometimes. This is not one of them. You're in a 3v5. You're not going to probably go out of here and get a kill right away with your torpedoes because you need follow-up. So what you need to do in these situations is give time for your Ana here, who I have no idea what's going on here, and your Sojourn to get back to the point. Well, you notice that they're back now. Your Sigma's on point. Your Tracer is still kind of over near point. And where are you? You're back in spawn. And why? Because you did it again where you didn't give time for the retake to happen. You didn't trust that your teammates would do that. When you're playing support, you need to give your teammates that time. Listen, I get it if nobody else can touch the point, but you saw a Tracer in front of you, you saw a Sigma, and you saw that the cart wasn't close. So this goes for any rank. Let the correct heroes touch the point, because if you one by one to the point, you never get that solid retake. The reason why you see these team fights, like they retake them, is because they let their teammates tap the point, take their time, and then they fight as five. And the other team is going to overextend sometimes because they want to win the point. But if you feed and you give them that opportunity for kills, it makes it a lot harder for your teammates. I just want to show where 2 times that you've kind of gone a little bit too early in a team fight, and it could cost the team fight. So I want to get you out of that habit a little bit. Your teammates are probably going to lose that. Yep, not even probably. And there you go. So you end up having 2 team fights where both times you just Juno torpedo the point. And that's it. Nothing else. So far, not a bad half. I mean, obviously, we'll see where it goes on attack, how you play it, but I hopefully you're seeing the timings and the things that I'm talking about. Here we go. You have a Roadhog now. Good luck to your Hog. Yep. Don't even have to force on the Hog. The Hog is... There you go. Now you can peek. Get to the statue. Get to the statue. Into the statue, keeping your teammates alive. You have a bit of map control now. Your Hog got purpled. It is what it is. Get a kill, staying alive here. I mean, good grind by your team. Your Hog is still definitely existing here. Yep, play the statue. Statue. That's a good angle take. I like that. That was good. That was a safe play because they're all over the place. That was good. Correct play here, by the way. Smart decision making too. You don't need to win the ego duel. You just need to get the limb. Doesn't matter if you get it or your teammate gets it. So good job there with going back and forth on the position. Remember, you don't need to win the ego duel. Sometimes they hit a better shot on you and you don't have to sit there and be like, oh, I got to take this duel now, right? Like, I can't just like, it's okay to do that. Because if your teammate comes and helps you, like was what happened and you survive, you got a much better team fight going for you. So good job there. Yep, make sure to reload. Tracer will be fine. Tracer. I want to showcase something here. You don't need to help your Tracer here. Your Tracer, they're not even close to your Tracer. Your Tracer's self-sufficient. There's a health pack here. Health pack awareness. I want you to get out of the habit of getting like, don't let the other team send you back to spawn because you're trying to save somebody else, especially in a situation where they're more self-sufficient. Heroes like Wrecking Ball and Tracer are very self-sufficient. And if they're like asking you for heals 24/7, that's a lot of the time is on their movement and their position, and then it is on you. You know, if the Tracer's here and they come over to this doorway, totally fine. But don't go out of your way and chase your teammate, try to get that heal, especially when you could be the one caught out because of it, right? Again, it's okay to heal them. It's just don't go out of your way to chase them for heals. Now you've isolated yourself in a side angle here. Your Tracer dies, you're not with your team, and it could go either way. Now you're worried about the main. Yeah, just push forward. You don't even need to take the 1v1 there. You need to just be with your team, so that way you can help them. Yep, good speed ring. This is going to let your teammates disengage any of the ults they have. Obviously, somebody will randomly get high noon. Probably your Hog. No, not really, because of the nano. Don't be afraid to ult. You can save it, but if you ulted here, I wouldn't be mad either. I think there's enough. Now you don't need ult. You're good. No ult. Don't even need to ult this with the... Okay, that's fine. I don't think you needed to ult against the Ramattra, but if you felt like your team was going to lose to that, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. I just look at that and go, it's a 5v2. You probably will lose maybe 1, maximum 2, but you're going to trade out. That's a tough call. I think either way is fine. Okay, now I want you to start thinking about positioning here, right? Well, let's talk about post-fight setups, okay? If you're the team on defense and you're retaking this, right? What do you prefer? When you retake it and everybody's standing right in front of you for direct kills? Or when you go up here and there's somebody up here, right? There's somebody over here, okay? So I want you to think about post-setup after you win a team fight. Right now, what your team should do is set up. You're going to have another team fight here. You can go for aggressive play, but everybody needs to be on the same page. So if you're not on the same page of being aggressive at the same spots here, that's not going to matter overall, right? Get your teammates set up so that when they retake, they're spinning their cameras around like, where are they? One over here, one over there. You have mobility. So what I would like to see as they get closer is for you to either go up here or go up here. This spot is very, very sneaky, and I'll explain why. You have good cover here too, so you can end up like angling like right here, and the only person who can shoot you is over there. But then also, you can angle yourself just enough to be able to maybe heal your teammates during that too, right? And then the view they get is like, you're up there, it's annoying, but they can't get you. So that's what I want to see out of you is like better positioning when you get into the team fight here. Because if you just stand on the cart, that's it. Great job. Love it. And your teammate takes the other high ground. Couldn't ask for a better split by your teammates. Whether you win or lose this team fight, I love the post setup your teammates did for there. Now you have to disengage. It gets a little bit different, but this is fine. They made the play. You make the disengage, and then you go back in. Set back up on your spot if you need to. Great positioning. All of this was great. That right there, Chad, is how to efficiently hold the retake on a second point when you're on the attacking team. That was excellent. Yep, because you create so many angles, they have no easy kill except the one in front, which should just be your hog. And that's not even going to be an easy kill. It's just that's their only target. Okay. Now your team is kind of slowly taking the point. Obviously, you need to finish with some time here to make everything work. Good nano by your Ana. That's going to keep the hog and the Ana alive. You did the right play to slightly disengage that. Try to get to your Ana soon. Yep, your Ana will take a little bit of extra damage. Yep, you're just going to keep your Ana alive right now, because remember, your hog will be fine. You can right-click here to heal your teammates if you want to get some caught up on heals. Don't be afraid to use it for heals. Excellent healing torpedoes. You tried. Just get out. Just run. Oh, that hog just saved you. Next time, disengage that even further, by the way. That was your hog just saved you, because you were going right back to spawn with that one. All right, good pick. I would say send your ult now. 3, yep. Even I was just gonna give you a 3, 2, 1. I'm okay with that time, and that's fine. The idea of this is to get them to pop the rest of their ultimates. If you lose this team fight, you should end up in a decent spot. If you win it, great, right? Emongg is kind of all in your hog, so next purple by your Ana should result in a good play. Teammates are taking high ground control. You could take high ground if you wanted to. Either or is going to be fine for now. Maybe top left, kind of where your Ana's heading towards, but on the high ground. Speed ring for your team. You're being a little bit aggressive. Aggro. Soldier to your left. Remember, you don't need to take the 1v1 if you don't need to. But if you see opportunity, hey, that's fine. Yeah, you're kind of unlucky here. Not unlucky, but you lost your other teammates, so you're kind of forced into a weird spot. So, still not bad. Obviously, you would have liked a little bit better of an approach for your team, but, yeah. Is there a specific time the trailer drop? 3 hours from now. We'll be watching it on stream. Don't worry. Good pick by, Sojourn. You can go up on the high ground there. You just need to let the wall bring you up there. It's weird. I've had that happen to me on Juno sometimes too. You like climb walls somehow. Like you like slide up against them. I don't know how to explain it. You'll know what I'm talking. People who play Juno know what I'm talking about. Where like you'll see a high ground that seems unattainable, but all you need to do is like slide up against it, and you basically like climb it. I don't know. I wish I could explain it. Not a fan of what you're doing here. The Ana was nanoed, so like attacking the Ana here is the least of your worries. What you should be worried about here is what's going on with your teammates here for now. You're not going to, like, I get when the nano's down and you're putting pressure there, but when that Ana's nanoed, like, make sure your teammates survive the rest of the team fight, right? Like, check on your Ana very quickly. This is the time in where you have elims. The best thing you can do is keep your teammates alive, right? You have the elims. Now you just need to keep your Ana alive. Don't let a Mauga get like a random shot on your back line. This is the situation where you just, all you need to do is keep your teammates alive and you just win the game. That's it. Like, there's nothing else you need to do. You just gotta you're good because you've already done that, right? Now you can attack the Ana, by the way, right? Obviously, but like I'm thinking of the step-by-step process. Your Ana would be at full HP right now because you would be checking that during the nano. Then you start putting pressure on the Ana so the Ana can't peek that. Instead, you still haven't looked at your Ana. Now you're backing up, so you're going to notice your Ana is low HP, but now, when you see that back, your Ana was low HP the whole time. Now you can stay here at this angle. You don't even need to push past this. You're fine. Literally, you're fine. You can sit here and just heal your teammates. You're good. Don't even have to push in. Don't even have to go for that Ashe. Right? But there you go. So I hope you kind of understand what I'm saying with kind of taking, like, when you're in that position, take time to make sure your teammates are fine rather than trying to shoot it like a nano to Ana. You're not going to do enough damage there unless your teammates go, everybody get an Ana, everybody get an Ana. And even then, I don't think that's going to be a good call at that point. Right, keeping your back line healed. Good job. Taking map control. Just to show people something, by the way, I always talk about position and easy ways to describe positioning for people, especially on King's Row. Whenever I watch a lot of VODs, and I've seen it in a lot of VODs, players get stuck here, right? And the reason why players get stuck here is because they don't take spot-by-spot map control. Spot-by-spot map control is you don't need to get to the point right away. You can take map control. Starting here, you're safe. You have line of sight. See, when you peek this angle, you have a safe spot. You can heal your teammates at this angle. Rotate up the stairs. Take some time. A little bit riskier at first because here, but like if your Sigma's doing the right play, there'll be a distraction. Now you're over here. Now you have an angle. Then you can go here. It's okay to take small rotations across the map rather than get stuck at the choke. So I just wanted to show people what I mean by position. It is like, it's okay to get through a choke. You don't need to just stand here and just stand here. Be like, okay, I have a timing. Now I can go here. And it's very simplistic advice in that sense, right? Because obviously people are like, yeah, of course you want to get to better spots. But I think some people forget that they all just want to all in the point. And if you just take these little like positional plays, you're going to probably end up in a good spot. All right, there you go. You're healing. Speed ring's fine there. I mean, you have to keep your teammates alive. Uh-oh. Good purple by your Ana. And a kill on Kiriko. This could be winnable. Good sleep by there, Ana, but you can just go to the right. You're going to hear multiple there, so you're kind of stuck, yeah. Your team is in a weird spot where I feel like they've got enough kills to make this interesting. But I think that might be it. You got to tick. You got to tick. You have a chance to win the game. So this could be a win, or it could be a loss. We'll find out.
Right on the money.
Good job by your teammate. Good cleanse, or good TP back. Kiriko gives you more opportunity to be aggro too, which is nice. Good heals. Your Kiriko plays fine so far. But notice how you're going for damage right there with Kiriko. You can do the exact same thing on Juno. At least in my opinion. Oop. Fisher falls over. Ana's getting healed. You're scanning the map. So far, so good. That cleanse is going to be fine. Not my favorite cleanse, but not the worst cleanse either. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't bad, is what I'm saying. Like, it's just how it goes. Okay, now you're healing up your teammates. Good job. Kitsune this the moment you get it. Just pop that Kitsune. Perfect choice. They could have a Ramatral. I mean, you don't know if they're going to have it or not, but they could have it, so in your mind. I think your Kiriko play was fine. You said you don't play much Kiriko, but I felt like your Kiriko play was good because you found the same balance. So if you can find the same balance between Juno and Kiriko, you'll be good. But yeah, that was good. Obviously, I kind of showcased a lot of like the advice that I think that would be helpful for you. Just remember, damage timings are important. You don't need to force the damage. Stop leading the head of the charge. I'm telling you right now, sometimes you got a little bit too like, aggressive on your play, prioritize positioning, and recognize those timings. You had a couple opportunities where I felt like you were almost like aggressive when you needed to be passive, and then you were, when you needed to be aggressive, you played really passive. You kind of want to find that in between. So improve on that and you'll be good. But I hope some of the points we showed can be helpful. So yeah, you got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the YouTubes if you haven't. Leave a comment. All of it helps. Submit replays my Discord. That's where you do that. And if you want to watch more of these videos, a little square box, you can click one of those videos. They're really fun. Watch them. Hope you have an amazing day. /night.